All right, welcome back. This final video for this section is going to be on how to create a cumulative frequency polygon. Um, and in order to do this, for me personally, I already like to have my frequency distribution done. So I've already done that in previous slides or in previous videos, pardon me. Um, and so I've got it here, and you can see I've added in midpoints as well for my classes. And I'm going to use those midpoints when I actually go and I graph this. But excuse me, we're going to go through and now to create the cumulative frequency polygon, we're going to follow the same steps we did for a histogram. So we're going to go up to our data menu at the top here, click on data, and then we're going to look for data analysis on the far right. And then when our menu comes up, we're going to make sure we've got histogram selected, click OK. And we can see Excel knows that I've done this before, so it's already got my raw data. That's my input range, A3 through A87. It's also got my bin range, which is my upper limits of each class from D4 to D9. I'm going to choose a different output range because C13 I've already got something on. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to put it, let's put it over here. So it's going to be in cell G4 that it starts. And I have to click off the cumulative percentage and chart output. The cumulative percentage is going to tell Excel, hey, I want you to create a cumulative percentage column. And then the chart output is where it's actually going to create our chart. Don't worry, when we hit OK, what you're going to notice is it's going to create both a histogram and a cumulative frequency polygon all on the same chart. I'm going to show you how to get rid of the histogram once we've done it. So we've got all this selected. We just hit OK. And I'm just going to make these a little bit bigger so we can read them. So you can see, oh, great, it did a cumulative percentage. First thing is, we don't like the more column, so we're going to get rid of that. Now I'm just going to format it with no border. Perfect. And then I'm going to replace a couple things here. So instead of having bin, I wanted to use my midpoint. And the reason I wanted to use my midpoint is it's going to give us some nice values here. It's going to make our cumulative frequency polygon look really nice once it's done. So I'm just going to move my chart down here, make it bigger, and we can see we've got a few things going on here. For starters, we've got the histogram and the cumulative frequency polygon. I don't want the histogram on here, so all I'm going to do to get rid of it, I'm going to click on one of the rectangles, and that'll select all of your rectangles for the histogram. And then I'm just going to delete them. I'm going to hit my delete key, and you're going to watch Excel in the background is going to get rid of frequency. It's going to move my percentage scale over to the left-hand side. So watch this, hit delete, poof, give Excel a couple of seconds, and it automatically goes and figures out our cumulative frequency polygon. It reorganized um, my legends here, so that's good. Um, the last thing is I want it to be a little bit bigger. We don't need a legend. So when we take that out, it's going to just make it a little bit larger, which is nice. The other thing I find really beneficial when you're using a cumulative frequency distribution is grid lines. So if I put in grid lines, Perfect. And then I can include data labels as well. There we go. Now I can format it a little bit. Mm, say like that. The only thing is, I don't like my data labels where they are, so I might have to fool around with this a little bit. Maybe I want my data labels above. Um, I don't like them in white either. So you can probably choose a different formatting option if you want. For me, I'm just going to change my font color from white to black. It's just a bit of a pain because you have to do it for each one individually. There may be a way to do it so you don't have to do it individually. I just haven't really explored that enough. Bear with me. We're going to get all these done, and then we're going to make some observations. Last one. And change that to black. Perfect. That. I'm just going to change my title here. Cumulative frequency Polygon. And we've got, let's see, patient ages. I'm going to rename my axes as well. So my horizontal or x-axis is age. And here on my vertical axis, I actually have cumulative percentage. All right. There we go. Created that. And if we don't like that one, I mean, we can always change it a little bit. Um, you know what? I kind of like this one a little bit more because it still has my percent over here. I could have formatted my last one if I wanted to. I just need to add in my grid lines. There we go. So we've got cumulative percentage, we've got age, we've got our data labels. And now what we can do is we can take a look and we can say we want to know roughly what age 50% of our patients are below. Well, 50% is going to be somewhere just above here. We can see at 47.06%, the age was 50. So for 50, it might be 50%. It might be 50% of our patients are below the age of 52. We're making a visual estimate there. Once again, if we wanted to look at, say, where 80% of our data fell below, this is where our grid lines come in really handy. And I might be able to make an observation like, it looks like 80% of our patient ages are below the age of, say, 77. Once again, you're using a visual estimation, so it may not be exact. That's okay because next week we're going to learn how to use Excel to find exact measures of position. So for now, that's pretty good. We've got our cumulative frequency polygon. We can format it the way we want, make it look a little prettier. But we've now got the basis of how to do it. So hopefully that helped. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me and I will help you out. And outside of that, thank you for watching and we will see you next week.